Without further ado, Alina.
Thank you. I don't know about you guys, but there's one of those I'm like, I don't want to let it go. I don't want to let it go. Nope. Mine was nature. I don't want to let go of nature. How do I let go of nature? But I did. I took it as an attachment to nature, of needing to be in one particular place, or I have to go watch the sunset, or else I'm going to be so stressed out. My name is Alina Hall. I'm a yoga teacher, and I do Reiki, and I also work on wellness on different levels. Essential oils is my big thing right now. But I only have 25 minutes, and I know that I cannot teach you anything about nutrition or fitness that you can't already find out online with some pretty in-depth research, or talk to me personally. I've got my info back there, and I will talk your ear off for hours about yoga or meditation or anything that I'm passionate about. But I do want to get everybody to a place. We talked when we were forming this event about the chakra system and how physical wellness kind of deals with our lower chakras, and then we get to abundance and heart chakra work before some upper chakra spiritual work that Jordan's going to be leading us through. So I want to get everyone to a place where making a positive decision or habit happen for your physical wellness is not hard, because we only have a limited amount of willpower, and why fight to do good things when we can get ourselves to a place where we just want to do them because it feels good. But it means that we have to get into our body, and we have to think about ourselves, our bodies, not just as a physical thing, but as a mental, emotional, spiritual thing as well. So in your workbook, if you haven't already turned to my page, I do have some healthy habits you can try. If you need to make some changes in your health, I encourage you to try yoga. I'm a little biased. But yoga helped me get to a place where exercise was something more than just a way to lose weight. You know, breath work, meditation, this is a huge part of yoga as well. And we'll be doing mostly that today. I want you guys to experience just a few techniques that you can bring back with you and try at home. I've got some of my favorite healthy habits to try on there as well. Nature walks, bike rides, green smoothies, essential oils. But I want to start actually just with what I call grounding meditation. So if we can just take some time every day to just be still, that alone can help you listen to that inner voice that'll tell you, maybe I should try, eating this, or maybe I should try hanging out with these positive people, but it starts by finding a place of stillness. And so I cannot tell you how many times people have said, well, I can't meditate. Has anyone tried meditating and didn't really work? Yes. Right? There's no right or wrong way. There really isn't. I know people who love to fish, and they say, when I fish, I just sit on my boat, and I look at the water, and I relax, and that's meditating. Meditating can be just zoning out on your couch and letting your mind kind of go somewhere. So there's no right or wrong way to meditate. I read a great article one time, and it was how to meditate in your bathtub. So she said, get a bunch of blankets, put them in your bathtub, put on some music, and just make yourself a cozy little nest. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. But this is a simple meditation that you can do just sitting in a chair. So I'd like all of you to try this out with me, if you would like. Put both feet on the floor. So how often do you actually sit with both of your feet connected down to the floor? And how often, by the way, do you go outside with bare feet? Try that out. I go for a walk every morning with bare feet with my dog. And I come back with mud and grass all over my feet. But how hard is it just to hose off your feet? It's very powerful to connect down to the ground. So even with shoes on, you can just start to ground your energy down. Sit tall. How often do you find a straight spine? If you can align your spine and you can ground your feet down, you've done half of the work. Lengthen the crown of your head up. So either have your back resting against your chair, or floating just an inch or so away. Good. And close your eyes, or if it feels better to keep them open, keep them open. You may want to just gaze down and just half close your eyes. So again, there's no right or wrong way to meditate. You can have eyes open, closed. And then let's try a big breath together. So let go of all your air. Exhale. Take a huge inhale in through your nose. Out your mouth, let it go. You can make a sound if you want. Inhale. One more. Inhale. Hold your breath. Inhale more. Let it go. Keep your eyes closed, keep breathing, and move out of that everyday shallow breath that you do, that your brainstem does for you, and start to move into a more conscious breath where you feel your belly rising on the inhale, you feel it coming back down on the exhale. And just for now, stay still and breathe deeply. That's all you have to do. You do not need to worry. You do not need to control anything. Just be still and breathe. You can make loud, audible breaths if you'd like. Or you can keep them soft too, whatever feels better. And as you continue to sit and breathe, bring your mind's eye, your focus, to your feet. And see roots traveling down through your feet, through the floor, through the concrete, the gravel, all the way down deep into the middle of the earth. Just imagine sending your energy down through your feet, almost as if you have a cord that just hooks right into the center of the earth, and feel gravity on your body. And then as you inhale, start to imagine sending energy up through your feet into your heart. So you're inhaling that power from the earth into your body. You are a creature of this earth, yes. So connect to that. Take a couple more breaths like this. Inhaling through your feet, exhaling out your heart center. Say what? Just try. Inhale through your feet, exhale out your heart. Good. And now bring your focus to the top of your head, the crown of your head, and imagine that you have a cord just lifting you up. And that cord goes from the top of your head through the ceiling, through the clouds, through the atmosphere, all the way to the center of the universe, to the center of all that is. And when you inhale, inhale through the crown of your head, exhale out your heart. Just take a few breaths like this. Try it out. Inhaling through the crown of your head, exhaling out your heart. And finally, we'll just try inhaling through the feet, through the crown of your head at once. Energies mix in the center of your body. Exhale out your heart. So you're inhaling energy from up and down. Sky and earth, father and mother. And exhaling that out your heart center. Start to breathe a little bit deeper. Blink your eyes a few times and gently come back. How are you guys feeling? Good?
Where am I?
You're here. All right. So that's one thing that you can do every day. And whether that's just one good breath or maybe it's 10 breaths, I used to work a job in Santa Monica. It was very stressful. Managing yoga studios is very stressful, a lot of the times. So I used to go out and I would time my break just for sunset. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take 100 breaths here. And that saved me. So we have that tool available to us to just calm down and start to make good decisions. You know, make them from a heart-centered place. Another exercise that I invite you to try was taught to me by a man who I consider my teacher now, Swami Janendra. Cool guy from India teaching about sustainable happiness. And he encourages us all to try mudra, which is hand yoga. So bring your thumb to the pad of your pinky finger and then pull your fingers over like this. And then just rest your hands wherever they're comfortable. So, yep, so here and then over. Yep, and you make a fist. So supposedly, if you do this for a while, you will start to be more happy, which we could all use. And when we're happy, generally we make positive decisions about our physical well-being and anything else. Another technique he uses is sound. And so we won't be chanting today or singing. We'll just be humming. So I'm going to ask you just to take an inhale. We'll do a practice round. That's all. So we're going to basically do it on our own timing and just keep it going for just a couple minutes so that we'll make one big hum. It sounds silly, but just pay attention to how you feel as you do it. We don't need complicated techniques. You can try simple things to help us. So let's go back to that place where you just were, eyes closed or softly open, sitting in that meditative stance, holding onto the mudra, and then take an inhale and just hum. As long as you can, and then whenever you're done, take an inhale again and hum again on your own timing. Keep it going. The next few times a little louder. Feel the sound humming. Simple. 3 more times. Just fade out and continue to sit here, becoming aware of your breath. And close your eyes if you haven't already. And very, very, very slowly start to release the hands. Let the fingers just unfurl naturally. And bring the palms of the hands facing each other but not touching. And then just notice if you happen to feel anything between the hands. And maybe expand the hands and pull them back together. You may feel sensation, you may not. Whatever you feel is perfect. Just try pulling the hands apart, bringing them towards each other, and just working with that energy. And starting to sense that you are more than just a physical body, you are an energetic body too. And this healing energy between the hands, I call it Reiki, but there are many, many words. You can place that wherever you might need it today. So you could try giving yourself a bath with this energy, pouring it all over you, or just directing it somewhere where you might need a little extra love. And go ahead and try that out. If there's nowhere specific that you can think of, just try placing this energy over you. And just trying it out. And then whenever you are done, you can continue with this for as long as you like. Just gently bring your hands together and break the circuit, rubbing the hands and coming back to it. How are you? Good? All right.
Really, almost fell asleep.
Cool. So one of the things I do are Reiki sessions, it's a Japanese healing technique. And sometimes people say, I don't know where I went. I'm like, great. Good experience. If you fall asleep, that's fine. Still.
I was afraid I was going to drool and snore.
If you were to start snoring, that happens in my classes. I'll just gently wake you up. So, last thing I wanted to talk about, healthy body manifestation. I didn't really know what exactly to call this one, but the idea that we can manifest something, that we can pull something in our life, we're all fairly familiar with this, right? Sometimes it doesn't quite happen how we want it, yeah? And that's fine, you know. It's good to let go of control. But one thing that I invite you to try are mantras, and I have some here. Would anyone like to read one of them? Say it loud, say it proud. Here we go.
I am healthy, happy, and whole.
Awesome. Who's next? Yep. Shout it out. I call on you. Second one.
Good health is my birthright. I bless my body daily and take good care of it.
Number 3. Who's up?
I breathe deeply, exercise regularly, and feed good, nutritious food to my body.
Number 4. Kate.
I am vigorous, energetic, and full of vitality.
Last one.
Ooh.
I am free of all life-threatening diseases.
So, if that felt good to you to say, and there's a million affirmations. I went through a period earlier this year where I was leaving my full-time job. I wasn't exactly sure where money was coming from, and that's a scary thing. So I found all these great affirmations, and we're going to be learning more about this from Gary, for financial well-being. And it did help. First thing in the morning, instead of getting on Facebook, I'm like, oh, gotta do mantras first. So, if any of those felt good to you, you could bring that into your consciousness right now. We'll do one more final meditation together. Come back to that place, sitting tall, feet grounded down, conscious of your breath, eyes open or closed. And just feel some breaths coming in and out first. And maybe there's one of those mantras that felt good to you. I am healthy, happy, and whole. Good health is my birthright. I am vigorous, energetic, and full of vitality. I am free of all life-threatening diseases. If there's one of those that you want to be true, I breathe deeply, exercise regularly, feed good, nutritious food to my body. Just imagine that it's already happened. So picture yourself in future tense. This has already happened to you. You already are free of your life-threatening disease. You're vigorous. You're healthy, happy, whole. And picture your future self where that is true, and just notice how you feel in your belly specifically. So tune into your belly and just feel as if this thing that you want to be true is already true. How do you feel? What is the exact sensation in your belly right now? Breathe with that for a little bit. Feel that feeling in your belly of being totally healthy, happy, and whole. And then see that perhaps as an energy in your belly, whether it's a white light, a pink light, or something else entirely. See that as an energy. And bring it up from your belly to your heart. And then imagine that energy just leaving your heart center and going far away from you. Let it go entirely. Send it out. Send it up and out of you. And see that as a projection for what you want. And know that it's already done. In yoga, one thing that we say is Sat Nam. My word is truth. Sat Nam. So you could say that in your head, Sat Nam, know that it is done. How am I on time, John? 5 minutes? Okay. Become more aware of your breath again. And just return to a place of slow, deep breathing for a few more breaths. You don't have to do anything. Just shifting yourself to that place energetically where it is already done. Coming back to this place. So, quick review of those 4 techniques. You can write notes if any of those helped you. If not, no worries. But if any of those, like, yeah, I could do this. Maybe take some notes so you don't forget what we did. So, first step was our grounding meditation. We connected our feet down. We explored the importance of sitting tall and being with our breath. Of connecting down and up at the same time. We did a sound meditation, just some simple humming. If you're interested in chanting or the power of words or mantra, I will talk your ear off about that for a long time. When I lived in LA, I had an hour commute every day to work, and so I would just chant in my car. It was great. I learned that if you practice singing, you get better at it. We hummed, we held happiness mudra. We released it, and we played with energy and applying that. Reiki self-healing meditation, that's the 3rd one. And then 4th one, healthy body manifestation. We came back to that place of sitting tall, being centered and grounded, picturing where we want to be, and then feeling how you feel, because it's more than thoughts. We can all hang out in our thoughts for forever. Come into your body, how do you feel in your belly, your lower chakras? And then send that up into your heart and out and make it true. Any questions?
What is, in your opinion, the best yoga move? I mean, seriously.
The best yoga
Yes.
move?
Yeah.
It's funny that you asked that, because if I had extra time, I was actually going to have us do one.
Happy baby.
What was it?
Happy baby.
Happy baby? Happy baby is a great one. We're all so different, but one that can really help all of us, I believe, is
Period. Okay.
because after a couple minutes here, your mind is going to say, oh my God, my arms are going to fall off. I'm going to die. This is the worst. I can't do this. You have your mind start to really nag you, and then you can come to a place where you are not your thoughts anymore, and you can talk back to those thoughts and say, I'm okay. That's just my nervous system talking. I'm strong. I can stay here for 2 minutes. It's nothing. And you start to build strength and resilience. That's a good one.
Okay, thank you.
And what was that called again?
There's a few names. I like to call it star pose. So you're making a star. Do you have a question?
In that last one, in the process where you're imagining what it is that you want and imagining it so, and then you say, how does it feel in your belly? What if your first response is something not necessarily positive? It's like questioning, like mine was, now what? but then you're projecting it out so that it's true.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I would imagine that
Yeah.
you want to work with it until it's positive and you're in a positive state.
That's a good
before
point.
you bring that
So you
through.
thought of something that you wanted to be true,
Mhm.
and then your first initial feeling around that was like, now what?
Yeah,
Kind of a challenge.
right.
That's like a smart aleck little inner voice you got there. I like that. I mean, sometimes when that thought comes up, answer it. Like, now what? Like, yeah, you're healthy and you're happy and cool. Like, now what do I get to experience? You know, I can run 10 miles if I want to. Awesome. You know, like, answer it and then see what happens, you know? I'm curious to find out. Any other questions before we switch over? Yes.
What was the tucking in?
Happiness mudra? What was it?
Yeah, what do you call that?
I call that happiness mudra. I don't know the classical like Sanskrit name, but my teacher, who I mentioned, looks at all of us doing our yoga classes in the West, like all the physical exercises and everything, and he kind of chuckles, like, "Okay, that's nice. Let's just do some hand yoga, please." So we have so many nerve endings and electrical impulses and signals in our hands. So over there, you'd be given, say you have a headache, you'd have like, do this, or you know, there's so many different, there's thousands of mudras, and it's very scientific how they, yeah, I'd love to talk to you more about that. Any other final questions? All right, well, thank you so much.
So we have a 10-minute break?